Hi, everyone. Thanks for the opportunity to speak in front of you all today. My name is Luca Venza. I'm the CEO of Distinkt. Distinkt creates revolutionary smart ink using nanoparticles to prevent counterfeiting. Counterfeiting is an invisible yet globally growing crisis. More than 3.3% of all globally created goods are actually fake. That's more than $224 billion. And this generates a lot of problems in terms of identity theft through the creation of false passports, artificial inflation due to the creation of fake money, and generates billions and billions of dollars of lost taxes that benefit societies and governments. One of the primary technologies that have been used for the last 30 years to combat counterfeiting are security inks. It's a $2.9 billion industry with a high growth of 4.9%. It's used in target markets like currency, IDs, documents, tax stamps, and luxury goods. But these technologies were generated in the 90s and have become quite old. So if we look at existing technologies, they tend to be either too easy to copy. There's a lot of inks which can change character, can change color, but they tend to be static. So it's a binary effect. And once you can see the effect, anyone who can counterfeit can copy them easily with available inks. Or, like in the case of forensic inks, they're very sophisticated. They use specialized chemicals or biomarkers to tag products, but they're very hard to read, and they need to be sent out to specialized labs to be authenticated, and it's very cumbersome for industry. What we've created at Distinkt is actually a very easy to use, easy to apply, easy to read ink using effects, dynamic visual effects of luminescent inks. So within the industry, we use the highest standards. We are completely irreplicable, meaning no one can copy us. And this is extremely important in anti-counterfeiting. We are completely green by design from the very beginning, and we are easily integrated into industry applications. So just add Distinkt. We can simply add our particles to existing UV solutions and instantly can be printed through spray coating. We've already tested in spray coating, inkjet printing, and screen printing, which are the three most commonly used practices in security printing. We can be applied directly to paper, plastic or polycarbonate solutions, glass, silicon, and metal for our customers. So how does Distinkt work? Well, if you look at the far left picture, our ink is a light brownish color on a white piece of paper. If you move that under an ultraviolet lamp, actually the paper turns blue and our ink fluoresces into a bright orange. With the addition of a near infrared LED lamp, the fluorescent color changes from orange to yellow. And this is precisely the effect that cannot be generated by any other inks today. On the market, there are color changing inks and there are fluorescent inks, but no one's ever been able to create a color change effect in fluorescence. This is just a short demo of how our ink works in practice. It's under a UV lamp using a near-infrared laser to show the effect. This is the basis for our patent, which will be fundamentally what we use to create also future patents. So the innovation is in the fact that we can work across three spectrums of light: ultraviolet, visible light, and near-infrared. So initially, Distinkt is going to go to market in B2B as a material, as a raw material, simply by adding our inks to existing UV solutions, oil-based or water-based inks at a low concentration of 10 to 20%. You can instantly create a new, completely unique visual effect, which is irreplicable in the market. So what this means in terms of our competitive landscape is there's about 5 major companies that dominate 80% of the industry. And then there's dozens of small, medium-sized players. But rather than competing with with these large companies, we see ink producers as our customers. Why? Because companies like Sequa Chemical, G&D, they compete in large open tenders for the rights to print government's money or ID documents, or to be the materials provider to governments who print them themselves. It's a highly competitive market. They have to generate multiple security measures that go onto dollars or passports at the same time, and we would be unable to compete in that market. But as an additive, we can instantly create for them a completely unique visual effect and make their products and solutions much more competitive in a tendering process. So with very little effort on our part, we make them far more competitive. We're also talking to key infrastructure players like OEBS and Creating Currency, who create paper and plastic used in money and passports. and companies like HID and Be Secure, who fabricate the machines that print money and passports to make sure that our inks are compatible. And then thinking a little bit more into the future, we're speaking with Honeywell, VerifyMe, and other end user solutions on how to do brand protection in a combined digital physical product. The last 3 months for us have been very busy. We've signed a lot of NDAs across the value chain. We have samples out with customers that are providing feedback to us. I should say very good feedback. We finished our first industrial batch actually Friday, and we expect to be a first commercialization before the end of the year. So our initial market in the security inks industry as an additive, we expect to be 20 million in recurrent revenue. And then thinking a little longer term, it'll take us about 2 years to create a blockchain-enabled digital physical solution with our inks. So blockchain can guarantee the virtual side. The ink can be completely inauthenticate or irreplicable and completely authentic. So we can create this pairing paired with a digital reader and track and trace software. That's a much, much larger market that we think we can generate 200 million in recurrent revenue. But for today, our particles will be sold to our customers for $4,000 per kilogram. Our costs for production per kilogram are right now are 2,200. We have about 50 to 75% cost savings as we scale already identified. The team is outstanding. Between us, we've launched 8 companies and filed 10 patents. I worked in big global 100 companies for 7 years and managed large assets. Sadie started 3 companies and sold 2 of them and done large corporate integration. Alex and Claudio are the godfathers of this technology, have been working together for 10 years. We have a business advisor in the US who's an expert in security packaging, and another one in the UK who's been in security inks industry for 45 years. Impact is very important to us. We have built this technology using no rare earths, no hazardous chemicals, with a zero waste target. We are a very innovative platform that will continue to generate new IP, and we have large growth and expansion ambitions. Right now, we are seeking $300,000 as part of a pre-seed convertible note and safe instrument. We have 42% of that already committed, and we'll be launching a round of 2 million in January of 2024. So come join Distinkt, because your security matters.